Today I'm going to show you guys a look into the Good and the Beautiful's Level 7 Language Arts curriculum. Hey guys, it's Bonnie from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 children and I make videos on day in the lives, homeschool curriculum, tips and answers, and everything to help you in your homeschooling journey. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and also to check out my playlist for more. Today I want to show you guys a look into the Language Arts Level 7 course that I'm using for my 8th grader this year. So this is the Level 7 Language Arts. It comes with a course book, a course companion, geography and grammar cards, and a pack of daily checklists. And it has a course reader. If you're new to the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts, the Language Arts and Literature always covers literature, grammar and usage, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, and writing. And they have curriculum from pre-K all the way to level 7, which is advanced 8th grade and regular 9th grade. Okay, so basically the way this course works is with levels 4 and above, the child practices self-governance and they do much of the learning on their own. So every day they have a checklist. I put my daughters in here and they will do sentence dictation with the parent. They would do ladders or poetry memorization. They will alternate days, and when it says ladders, it would be referring to the ladders in the course book. So you have the states in capital letters, where the child has to memorize the capitals in the states, and then the poetry is here. They have to memorize a poem from inside this book more than once. Like once they memorize one, they move on to the next one. They also have to do their geography or grammar cards, which is what these are. You break them along the perforated line and then they look like this. And then your child has to memorize it. So it starts with basic grammar, like what is a verb, what is a subject, an adjective describes, what is an independent clause, a comma and a coordinating conjunction can join together, and then in the behind it you have all of the answers. And then you have the geography cards where they have a little star and your child has to tell what country that is. And there's also one for this, a bunch for the states. These are for levels 4 through 7, or 5 through 7. Actually, it is 4 through 7. This says 5 through 7, but I got the older 4, and my son has these. The next thing they have to do is a lesson in the course book. So I won't go into the first lesson, but I'll go, see, let's say lesson 11. Because in the beginning, it's just like teaching you how to do the course and stuff for lesson 1. A lesson 11, you're getting into it basically already, doing a lot of everything that you would normally be doing. So for lesson 11 here, your student has to read about direct objects and indirect objects. And then there's an exercise here. And then in this specific lesson, there is a writing activity. It's effective writing, avoiding wordiness and redundancy. And then there's some exercises for them to practice that. And then for grammar, there's exercises for proper nouns and prepositional phrases that they have to complete. And then here they are diagramming imperative sentences. Sometimes they will have to read, so like in lesson 12, and it mixes it up, so it's not the same thing every day. So in lesson 12, they then have to read part of The Blind Brother, which is in their reader. And the reader has all of the stories in here. This is The Blind Brother. And the reader has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories in it. So your kid will be reading 7 books by the end of the course. Then they have to do a grammar section, commas in a series, and all the exercises for that. Then they're looking into Latin and Greek roots. Then they have some Latin and Greek root practice here and here, the whole page actually. And then for lesson 13, it's geography. So it talks about relief maps. And then they have to read a passage and paraphrase the passage. And paraphrasing is in like lesson 10. My daughter just did today. So she learned how to paraphrase. Then she'll be using it on lesson 13. And then here she'll be reading about an artist and talking about framing, because since it includes art, she's practicing drawing this year. So you have to get them drawing pencils and a drawing pad. Then they're doing some picture study as well. And so you see that every lesson is different. Some of the lessons have her draw. Other days she'll have to do a drawing activity. And it's different every day. The kids don't get bored. And they're learning a variety of different things in this course. You don't have to buy 100 different curriculum for grammar, and then one for art, and then one for poetry, and then one for writing, and then one for spelling. It all comes in one. In the course companion is where you have your extras. So you have your states in capital letters. You have your poetry memorization. You have your map keys. There are the sentence diagramming to refresh the kids' memories of how to diagram all types of sentences. Another thing they have to do is their sentence dictation, which I'll go over once I cross it here. There's different rules in here too: apostrophes, avoiding shifts in person, capitalization rules, conjunctions, citing sources. Everything they're going to need for their grammar and their writing is in the beginning of this book. And then you have course reading. So whenever there's a reading inside the course book, all of the reading is in here. Connecting with nature, essay ideas and research notes, opening paragraphs, supporting points, and then just different parts, different things to read according to the text. And everything in the good and the beautiful is good and beautiful and wholesome. This here is an essay about the importance of good friendships. Then in here you have your editing section that helps to remember how to edit different things, explanations and symbols. And then you have the challenging words. So every day the kids have to, whenever the course calls for it, they have to practice the challenging words. And you can see how challenging these words are. Subpoena, monotonous, reiteration, expenditures. It's a whole bunch of different words in here. And the goal is for your child to eventually know all of them. And then you have your sentence dictation. So this helps with grammar, grammar and spelling. So for this, you have the child circle incorrectly. So you read it, you dictate 3 sentences to the child a day. You say the sentence out loud as many times as the child needs. The child writes the sentence on a personal whiteboard, or my daughter does it on a piece sheet of paper or notebook. It says do not make any corrections until the child completes the entire sentence. Have the child correct all the mistakes in the sentence before dictating another sentence. So then they circle the incorrectly spelled words, and then they write or spell out loud the word correctly 5 times. Then you explain any missed grammar or concepts to the child. So if the child gets it wrong, you keep repeating that sentence every day until they get it all right. And so then you have each there's sentence dictation list of commonly misspelled words and homophones and rule breakers. And then every set has a different rule. So for example, in the first set of sentence dictation, it's the EXUE for spelling patterns and then the commonly confused words. And then for the grammar, it's they're practicing using a comma and coordinating conjunction. So there's a bunch of that. Then you have at the very end, oh, and then there's quizzes to the reading. Answers to, there's a quiz back here, blind brother presentation quiz. So not sure what that is yet. But then you have the answer key to the entire course book. So once your child's done, you go back here and you're able to check all of their answers. So that is the good and the beautiful level 7. I really love this course. I've been using it with my daughter since level 3. And she's now in level 7. And then we're hoping to use the book studies, which I'll make a review of that coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in any other curriculum reviews, whether it be the good and the beautiful or any other curriculum, I have playlists in my playlist section for ton of curriculum reviews there for you guys to check out. I also have Homeschool Day in the Lives, Homeschool with Me, so you guys can see how we do it here in our homeschooling. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.